What's up, everybody? It's time for another Multiview review. Today, we're doing a Sunday morning service instead of a Sunday night service, and we're about 2 minutes 56 seconds into our 10:18 service here. So I think we're just going to get right into this one and go ahead and watch it. So one thing I noticed already is we appear to only have camera 2 and camera 3. Camera 4 is not here yet, whether that was somebody not set up or it's not connected for whatever reason or something. Normally camera 4 should be here. So, and I noticed we don't have a key and fill, but maybe that's because lyrics isn't up. Okay. So yeah, first thing I'm noticing here is there's actually nothing to do with our cameras. Just for a note for the switchers, make sure whenever we're going into a song that we have our lower third lyrics up on the screen here for those watching online. You do that by pressing the DSK1 cut button on the switcher. DSK standing for downstream key, but really what that does is that'll take this key and fill that are down here in the bottom, and that'll let that basically show on that bottom third for live stream lower third lyrics. So we should always have that on during worship for people watching online. One with God the Lord Most High. Camera 2 is very shaky and not centered. So we stayed on camera 3 pretty long, waiting for camera 2 to get ready. Get her adjusting her pack. We still haven't switched. We've been on this shot for way long. And camera 4 is there. In a hallway though. Now we finally switched to camera 2, okay. So we stayed on camera 3 a little bit too long there. Camera 4's got a good shot. If I remember right, I don't think he's wearing the fly rig, but I could be wrong. No, we can see here he's not. We took that camera 2 shot a little bit too late. So now we're kind of stuck with camera 2 zooming in, and at this point, we're almost out of lens room on camera 2. So we're gonna have to switch pretty quickly to either continue moving, which would be maybe a little bit too quick in my opinion. So we should have taken that camera 2 shot earlier, but also I can hear that our stream audio is peaking, so we should keep an eye on that as well. Yeah, we had to switch off pretty quickly. So with camera 4, maybe I got it just a little bit too early. With camera 4 here, we keep zooming out, and we get a lot of this praise team doing just really nothing. We should have stayed in close on Lauren, but it's good that we kept moving after we already took that shot. We could get like piano here or something during that little instrumental part where she wasn't talking or singing. During a slow pace section like this, we should be in tighter on her. Camera 4 looks tilted. You know, it doesn't look straight. It looks like it's kind of crooked. And I can't quite see what Titus is doing here. It looks like he's kind of crooked on camera too as well. Nope. Here we switched to camera 2, and we just ran out of lens room like immediately. So either we could have told camera 2 to push out there and got a different shot of camera 2 either zooming out, or we could have waited till camera 2 zoomed all the way in and just got a close-up of Lauren. Either one would have been fine, but what we did was we just kind of switched right before we ran out of lens room. So we should probably, in the future, make sure we're looking out for that as directors, that we don't do that, that we don't switch right before running out of lens room like that. We're getting our camera operator in the shot here. We're a little bit out of focus on 4. We've been on 3 for quite a while here. Camera 2's not doing anything. We have the shot lined up on 4, but we're not taking it until finally we take it. Again, I said this last week, but it's just worth going over again. Making sure if we can that we come in early and we can adjust our tensions. It would be really nice if while we're zooming out on camera 2, we also bring the camera down so that we don't get all this headspace here and we get more of the crowd worshiping. So that's just something, you know, we have the lower third lyrics that should be right here. Of course, they're still right here on key and fill for whatever reason not up, but we have all this blank space here. We should be having our lower third lyrics right here and not needing to see these lyrics right here. So just something to keep in mind for the future. Nope. And here we switch subjects, which I was fine with the shot of Cameron, you know, zooming out with the rest of the praise team. But there's kind of a rule in broadcast where you're supposed to focus on one subject only whenever you're taking a shot, right? So if our subject was the praise team, the whole praise team can be a subject, not just a single person. When I say subject, I mean like the focus point, right? So we were focused on Cameron, but really our subject was the praise team. So we should have stayed on the praise team with that shot and then maybe switched to 3 and then we could have gone back to 4. But instead, what we did is we took our shot on Cameron here and Ian, and then he just moved to the right to get to Lauren as soon as she started singing, which kind of breaks our movement, because not only did we switch up our movement mid-shot, which was we were going out, and then we just went to the right and started zooming in all of a sudden instead of zooming out. Which is kind of jarring for an online viewer. Really, what I'm trying to say is we should keep the same movement. If we're zooming out and we're going back, then we should continue doing that. And really, what we should have done is switch to camera 3 on Lauren, and then went back to camera 4 if we wanted to go back to camera 4 for a different shot. We could have even gotten camera 2 on a zoom in here, and then gone to camera 3 or 4. Whatever. There's a lot of possibilities there, but we should just make sure in the future that we stay focused on one subject only in all of our shots. Yeah, we have a whole lot of headroom up here on 2. Sorry. Again, we did the same thing with switching up subjects, which we shouldn't do. Camera 4 is really, he really doesn't know what he wants to do here, I can tell. So we've been on this shot for quite a while camera 4 is trying to figure out what kind of shot he wants to get. And really we should switch to camera 2 and get kind of a different shot online at least, even while camera 4 is figuring out what he's going to do.
Every sickness has to be gone in the name of Jesus. Every demon has to flee in the name of Jesus. There's so much power in that name. There's so much power in the name. Somebody lift him up in this place. You're worthy, Jesus. Oh.
Come on, that's it right now.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. That wraps up this song. So that was a pretty short multi-view compared to last week. I think this took about half the time. So luckily you guys don't have to stay here for a 20-minute video. It's just about 12 or 13 minutes this time. So I appreciate you guys watching. As always, let's make sure we give our best for the Lord, not only in our camera shots and how we're serving, but also in our prayer lives. So let's make sure we stay prayed up. We can't pour out into others unless we're filled up. But awesome. I'm excited to serve with you guys every week. We have Anissa Ford joining the AV team. That's awesome. So she's going to be learning camera 2, I believe. That's going to be amazing, a great help. And let's all have a good rest of our week. I appreciate you guys watching this. Thank you.